Everyone, so today we start the lecture number 2 of anatomy of digestive system, and in this lecture we study about the liver, gallbladder and pancreas, right? So the small intestine receive not only chyme from the stomach but also the secretion from the liver and pancreas. Okay, and so these secretions are so important to the digestion, to the digestive process of the small intestine. Secretion is very important for the digestive process. Okay, so हम start करेंगे first liver से, right? So what is the location of liver? Okay, so liver is the largest exocrine gland. Okay, so liver is the largest exocrine gland of the body, and its weight about 1.5 kg. Okay, in an average adult. And if I talk about the position of the position of the liver is upper right side, just below the diaphragm. Right. So the position is upper right side, just below the diaphragm, and we know that the liver has high regeneration power. Okay, so as I say that location is the right hypochondrium. Okay, and it is the epigastric region, right? So also we know that the covering of this unit of the liver is known as lobule. Okay, and phagocytic cell are also present in liver, is we know that is called the Kupffer cell, right? So we have here four lobe: is the left lobe, is the quadrate lobe, is the caudate lobe, and the right lobe, right? So we have generally here the four lobe. So each lobe has lobule and contain the hepatocytes, right? So here you can see that this is the right lobe and this one is the left lobe, right? And this one is the inferior vena cava, and you can see here this is a ligament present in between the right lobe and left lobe, and this ligament is known as falciform ligament, right? This ligament is known as falciform ligament. Okay, and this green part is known as gallbladder. Okay, so next if I talk about the function of the liver, right? So what is the function is mainly the bile production or storage function, right? And detoxify, right? And phagocytosis, right? So these are the functions. So one by one here, the bile production, that means it salts emulsify the fat, right? Contains pigment, it's contain a pigment, is generally called as bilirubin, right? And also the storage function. So the storage function is generally glycogen, fat, vitamin, copper, and iron, right? And also nutrient interconversion and detoxification, right? So hepatocytes remove ammonia, okay, and it's convert to urea also, right? So hepatocytes, it's remove the ammonia and convert into urea, right? And also the phagocytosis function, like as I say earlier that the Kupffer cell. Okay, so Kupffer cell phagocyte worn out and drying a red cell and white blood cell, also some bacteria also. Okay, it's phagocytes, right? So these are the functions of the liver. सबसे पहला क्या हो गया, bile production. Second is storage function. The third is nutrient interconversion, and the fourth is detoxify, and the fifth is phagocytosis. So these are the some functions of the liver, right? So next also the synthesis function. Okay, so synthesis function, that is albumin, fibrinogen, globulin, heparin, and also some clotting factors. So these are the all functions of the liver. So here you can see that this is the hepatocyte, this is the hepatocytes, and hepatocytes, this part is known as the central vein, and in this here the green color is known as bile canaliculi, the green color structure is known as bile canaliculi, right? And here you can see this is the central vein. Okay, so the green network like structure is known as bile canaliculi. Okay, so this is the patral triad. Okay, so this is the hepatocytes and sinusoids. Okay, so this is the patral triad. Okay, this is the uh, part of the liver. Okay, so liver blood supply. Okay, it is the dual blood supply, right? One is the hepatic portal vein from small intestine. Okay, and the second is hepatic artery, is a connection from the heart. Okay, so that's why called as the dual blood supply. Okay, so this is all about the liver. So now we talk about the gallbladder, right? So discuss about the gallbladder. So what is gallbladder? So it is generally a sac on the underside of the liver. It is present on the underside of the liver. It is a sac-like structure. It is a sac-like structure, and it's generally it store and concentrate the bile. So one by one we can see here. So these are the. It is a sac on the underside of the liver, and it store and concentrate the bile, and it is about 10 centimeter long and lined with simple columnar epithelium. Right, so it is lined with simple columnar epithelium. So its head part is known as the fundus part, usually protects slightly beyond the inferior margin of the liver. So here you can see this is the gallbladder. Okay, this part is the gallbladder. So गॉल ब्लैडर, और इसमें जो डक्ट होता है उसको हम क्या कहते हैं, सिस्टिक डक्ट, राइट? सो द डक्ट नेम इज द गॉल ब्लैडर इज नॉन एज द सिस्टिक डक्ट. दिस टू पर्सन इज द लेफ्ट एंड राइट हेपाटिक डक्ट. दिस इज द लेफ्ट एंड राइट हेपाटिक डक्ट, एंड द mixing point of the right and left hepatic duct is known as the common hepatic duct, right? So the common hepatic duct is the step 1, and here in gallbladder it releases the duct known as cystic duct. So now cystic duct and common hepatic duct mixing again and known as common bile duct, right? And this common bile duct is released forward, and here is this is the pancreas. This person is the pancreas. So in pancreas it releases the main pancreatic duct. Okay, release the pancreatic duct, and the pancreatic duct and the common bile duct mixing again is known as the hepatopancreatic duct. Okay, so the hepatopancreatic duct, and it's a region known as ampulla of Vater. Okay, this is the region known as ampulla of Vater. Also here this is sphincter is also present in this here. This is sphincter is also here present. This sphincter is known as the sphincter of Oddi. Okay, and finally is often into the duodenum. Okay, so this is the concept here. Okay, next we can see its neck. So one is the here head part is known as the fundus, then the neck part is known as the cervix, right? Leads into the cystic duct and stimulated by cholecystokinin and vessels and vagal stimulation, right? And it secretes into the duodenum. As you can see here, it secretes into the duodenum. So formation of gallstone also possible here. So this is a drastic dieting with rapid weight loss. Okay, this is the weight loss symptoms occur here, right? So next we can talk about the pancreas. Okay, so this is all about the gallbladder, and now we can talk about the pancreas. So as I know that the pancreas is mainly two part. Okay, one is the endocrine part and another is the exocrine part. So endocrine part, as you can see here, see the endocrine part is the pancreatic islets produce insulin and glucagon. Endocrine, that means it releases hormone. Okay, the hormone name is the insulin and glucagon. And another is the exocrine part, means it's a duct secretion. Acini produce a digestive enzyme. So the endocrine part is the insulin and glucagon, and the exocrine part is the duct part. Okay, and which region is the head, body and tail. So pancreas is we cover in three part. with the head part, body part, and tail part. And also, pancreas is also secrete the juice, as I already said that the duct part, right? It is the exocrine part. What is it? That the trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase. Okay, so these are the secretion of the pancreatic juice, right? So you can see that this is the secretion part. Okay, trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase, pancreatic amylase. Okay, so pancreatic lipase and enzymes that reduce the DNA and ribonucleic acid. Right? So you can see here, this is the pancreas. Okay, this part is the pancreas. So this is the head of the pancreas. This one is the head of the pancreas, and this is the body of pancreas, and this part is known as the tail of the pancreas. Okay, so in pancreas, this mid central part is known as the main pancreatic duct. Okay, and the secondary part is known as the accessory pancreatic duct. This is the accessory pancreatic duct, and you know that this is the C-shaped duodenum. Okay, this is the C-shaped duodenum, and the opening part, as I already said here, the previous that the hepatopancreatic ampulla. Okay, so this is all about the pancreas, right? Next, here you can see that I already said this is the right and left hepatic duct of the liver, and the right and left hepatic duct is come forward and mixing here, that the common hepatic duct, and the common hepatic duct and in gallbladder release of cystic duct. So now cystic duct and common hepatic duct is mixing here and formation of bile duct, common bile duct, right? Common bile duct. And also here in gallbladder, a sphincter is also present, and this sphincter name is called as the sphincter of Boyden. Okay, so this is the sphincter of Boyden, and this is come forward, and the pancreas secrete the accessory pancreatic duct or pancreatic duct, and formation of hepatopancreatic duct, right? And it comes into the ampulla region known as ampulla vater, and a sphincter is here present known as sphincter of Oddi, as I already said, and this is opening in the C-shaped duodenum. Okay, this is the major duodenal papilla. Okay, and also here this part is the jejunum part, right? So this is here the exocrine secretion of the pancreas. So sodium bicarbonate. So generally sodium bicarbonate, its function is neutralize the HCl. Okay, so sodium bicarbonate, it neutralize the HCl. And next is zymogen. Okay, so zymogen is convert to active digestive enzyme after secretion. It converted to active digestive enzyme after secretion. Okay, so zymogen is also secreted from the exocrine part of the pancreas, right? Next we have trypsinogen. As I already said, the trypsinogen become trypsin. So trypsinogen is converted into trypsin. What is the function of trypsin? It digests the protein, right? It generally digests the protein. Next is we have chymotrypsinogen. So what is chymotrypsinogen? Chymotrypsinogen again convert into chymotrypsin. Yes or no? Chymotrypsinogen is converted into chymotrypsin. Similarly, trypsinogen is converted into trypsin. That similar is chymotrypsinogen converted into chymotrypsin. So chymotrypsin is generally digest the protein part. Okay. So in chymotrypsinogen convert the protein part. Next is you have procarboxypeptidase. So procarboxypeptidase become carboxypeptidase. So it convert into procarboxypeptidase to carboxypeptidase. Okay. So which hydrolyze the terminal amino acid from the carboxyl end of small peptides. So this is the exocrine part of the secretion. Trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidase. Okay. Next is some enzymes also secrete known as pancreatic amylase, which digests the starch. Next is pancreatic lipase, which digest fat. Next is ribonuclease, it digests the RNA, and deoxyribonuclease, it digests the DNA, right? So this is all about the pancreas, right? Next we talk about the small intestine. Okay, so this is the small intestine. So as you can see here, it is the site of greatest amount of digestion and absorption. Small intestine is the greatest amount of the digestion and absorption, right? So in small intestine we divided into three types. One is the duodenum, second is the jejunum, and third is the ileum. Okay, next, the cell of mucosa is absorptive, granular, and also in endocrine. Okay, so this one is the duodenum part of the duodenum part, and this is the jejunum part, and this is the ileum part. So these three part of the small intestine, right? Next we can see here that this is the cutting section, right? So the outer layer here, this outer layer is known as serosa, we know about that. And the next is muscularis layer. In muscularis layer, inner circular layer, outer longitudinal layer. Okay, so inner circular, outer longitudinal. And the next is submucosal layer, and the inner layer is known as mucosal layer. So this is the four layer. Okay, and this circular fold, in circular fold it's present of villi. This is the intestinal villi. Okay, this part is known as the intestinal villi, and the submucosa part, and this is the serosa part, the outer part is the serosa. Okay, and this one, the middle part is inner circular, outer longitudinal is the muscular part. So this villi, in villi, some columnar epithelium with microvilli which absorb the nutrients. Its function is mainly the absorption of nutrient, right? So in here some capillary network also present, goblet cell also present. Okay, this is the lacteal. So intestinal gland, lymphatic nodule also present. Okay, and this fold is known as the circular fold. Okay, this is the circular fold of the intestine, right? So next, this one. Okay, this part, this is the villi. Okay, and it is a simple columnar epithelium. The goblet cell also present. Okay, in 18,000x you can see the microvilli. This part, this is the microvilli. Okay, this is the microvilli, right? So next we can talk about the secretion, right? So small amount of secretion is also present. The mucus, okay, mucus also secrete, right? Mucus generally it protects the against digestive enzyme. As you can see here, it protects the against digestive enzyme and stomach acid, right? So digestive enzymes also secrete like disaccharide. So in disaccharide, what is its function? It's break down disaccharides to monosaccharide. Okay, so disaccharide to monosaccharide. Then peptidase. Okay, so peptidase is the hydrolase peptide bond, and nuclease is break down nucleic acid. So what is the nuclease perform is the breakdown of nucleic acid, right? Breakdown of nucleic acid, right? Next, so also in absorption part, it 80% of ingested water is absorbed. Okay, and electrolyte are also absorbed, vitamin absorbed, mineral are absorbed, carbonates are and protein are also absorbed in the small intestine. And in lipid part is the monoglyceride and fatty acid. These are the absorption of small intestine. Also in small intestine also some secret of digestive enzyme. The secretion, these are the, this is the peptidase. Okay, then we have sucrase, then maltase, lactase. Okay, then saccharidase, then lipase and nuclease. So these are secrete the digestive enzyme. Okay, so this is all about the small intestine. Next we can talk about the large intestine. So next, the large intestine. So in large intestine, it extends from ileocecal valve to anus, right? It extends from the ileocecal valve to anus, and the region part is, as you can see, this is the cecum part. Cecum. This one is the cecum part, right? Next is colon. Colon is three types. This one is the ascending colon. This is the transverse colon, and this is the descending colon, right? And also one is present, this is the sigmoid colon, right? Then rectum and then anal canal. Okay, this is the rectum and then anal canal, right? So this is the part of the large intestine. अगर इसका हम हिस्टोलॉजी देखें तो इसमें कोई भी भिलाई प्रेजेंट नहीं होता है, सो नो भिलाई, and no permanent circular folds are present, right? And this fold like structure is known as a hostra. Okay, this is the hostra. And also smooth muscles are present known as tinea coli and hostrae. And then next we have some appendages are present known as epiploic appendages, right? Next is otherwise like rest of GI tract, right? So you can see here, this is the colon part, and this part is known as the vermiform. Okay, we change the color here, green color ले लेते हैं. This is the vermiform appendix. Okay, this part is known as the cecum part. This is the ascending colon part. This one is the ascending colon, and this is the transverse colon, and this is the descending colon. And the single part, as I said already, that hostra is known as the hostra, and this is the sigmoid colon, and last is the rectum. Okay, this is the main part of the large intestine, right? Then in cecum, okay, so cecum is generally a blind sac, okay, and vermiform appendix is attached. Okay, so you can see here that the cecum here present is the vermiform appendix is also attached here, right? Next is we have colon. Okay, colon is, as I say already, it's three types. One is the ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and sigmoid colon. And the rectum part is a straight muscular tube. The rectum part is the straight muscular tube. And the last is we have anal canal. Okay, so anal canal is the internal anal sphincter, यानी कि स्मूथ मसल प्रेजेंट होता है, राइट? यू कैन सी हियर द इन एनल कैनल पार्ट. In anal canal part is the internal anal sphincter is the smooth muscle, and the external anal sphincter is the skeletal muscle. Okay, so here you can see that the anal canal, internal anal sphincter, the smooth muscle, and external anal sphincter is the skeletal muscle, right? And also here hemorrhoids, that means vein enlargement of inflammation, right? So next we can talk about the secretion. Okay, the secretion of the large intestine. So what is secrete? So it secretes the mucus, provides protection, that is it is the parasympathetic, right, which stimulate the increase the rate of goblet cell secretion, right? So here you can see that mucus provide the protection. Okay, mucus secrete, so the mucus is generally provide the protection, right? The protection, and it is parasympathetic stimulation which increase the rate of goblet cell secretion, right? And then pumps the exchange of bicarbonate ion for chloride ion. It exchanges the bicarbonate ion to chloride ion, and exchange of sodium ion to hydrogen ion. Okay, sodium ion to hydrogen ion. Okay, so next we can see that the bacterial action also produce gases called as flatus. Okay, next we can talk about the function. So what is the function of large intestine? The function of large intestine is the mechanical digestion. Okay, the mechanical digestion, the chemical digestion, then the bacterial digestion. Okay, so mechanical digestion also here, also doing here in large intestine, we know already about that. but the bacterial digestion, that is the permanent carbohydrate, right? So permanent carbohydrate or the occur, and protein and amino acid breakdown. It occur the protein and amino acid breakdown, and also some amount of absorption is present in large intestine, which is more water than vitamin especially in B and K. Vitamin B and vitamin K generally absorb. Next is concentrate or eliminate the waste. Okay, the concentrate and the eliminate waste is present. So this is all about the large intestine. So here we complete the digestion part. Okay, so here the topic is overly complete, right? So this is all about the anatomy of digestive system, right? So thank you.